Previously on the Funkhouser Diecast Racing League.
What is going on? This is definitely not a sanctioned event.
Somebody get on the radio and call the track crew. Get these guys off now. Oh, come on. They're leaving them in their dust.
I'm being told there's a roadblock up ahead. They are shutting down the track. See, they have it under control. This will be shut down in just a second.
If you say so, but they sure as heck ain't slowing down. And would you look at that? Oh!
Purchase your tracks today.
Talk about your doses of chaos and mayhem. Welcome back to the old Yadkin Valley Speedway as we bring you more exciting racing action here from the Merch by Meekin presents the JDM Mania Tournament Semifinals Round.
The semifinals, baby, yeah!
If you were unable to join us at the end of round 2, what you are looking at here is the footage left behind from the chaos and carnage that took place after the official events.
And of course the driver got away. I thought you ordered some quality security here.
Yes, those two may have gotten away for now, but something tells me we may see them sneaking amongst the crowd as it is getting much larger as these fans are getting on their feet and excited to see some more JDM action.
Excited for that? More like they're excited to see the telephone pole finders with the Jackie Chan exhaust fans.
Ricky!
And I hope the fans in the grandstands brought a crash helmet.
Oh my god, Ricky, seriously?
What? I've seen these cars have more airtime than a skateboard at the X Games.
Okay, I think that's enough of that, Ricky, as our fans are anticipating some racing action. We're down to the final 8 drivers, so let's get down to these introductions for the semifinals, Group 1. Starting us off, bringing home 3 wins and 19 points in the second round, and his 1999 Honda Spocket for Feral Mods, it's Feral Patrick.
Closest thing to a muscle car I've seen.
Up next, accumulating 2 wins and 14 points in the second round, and his 1990 Acura NSX for Arlo Racing, it's Arlo. Starting third, earning 1 win and 14 points in the second round in his 2017 Acura NSX for Grumpy Cloud Racing, it's Grumpy Cloud.
Tagging,
What?
earning himself 10 points and one heck of a case of Dane Bramage.
No, Ricky, stop. In his 1975 Mazda RX-3 for Geraldo, it's Mr. E.
Oh, come on.
And here they are, race fans, your semi-finalists, Group 1. Now let's get down to the racing surface to determine who's moving on to the finals.
That was a little rude, don't you think?
Oh yeah, me jumping in and stopping you from disrespecting one of our drivers? Oh yeah, how rude of me.
Oh, come on. There's no way he walked away from round 2 without at least a slight case of mushy brain.
Oh, you're wanting to talk, Mr. Tipple Lindy. Are you done drying off?
Dude, what?
It's race 1. And down the backstretch into turn 1, it's Feral Patrick with a great lead over the other drivers. Does anybody have anything to catch up to him? Here comes Arlo taking the second place position as he and Grumpy Cloud are fighting for it. As they come down to the line, it's going to be Feral Patrick coming in first, followed by Arlo. Then it's Grumpy Cloud and Mr. E bringing up the rear.
That big V8 showed its power again.
And how about that track time as he is only 1,000th off of the track record?
Well, it's no surprise when you pull that engine out of a Ratmobile.
Do you mean a rat rod?
Nah, seriously, look it up. It came out of a car called a Ratmobile.
Interesting. Anyways, Feral Patrick is your leader with Arlo right behind him. Then it's Grumpy Cloud and Mr. E as race 2 is underway. Down to backstretch they go, it's Arlo with a commanding lead down into turn 1. Here comes Feral Patrick slowly catching up to him through turn 2. He taps him into chicane as they head into turn 3. Arlo is starting to pull away as they come down to the final stretch. It's going to be Arlo coming in first place with Feral Patrick right behind him as it looks like we have trouble in turn 4 between Mr. E and Grumpy Cloud as they have collided and come to a stop.
Man, ain't that some tough luck.
That it is as Arlo puts down a track time of 14.898 seconds. As we check in on turn 4, you have the emergency crews checking in on Grumpy Cloud and Mr. E. As we check out the replay cam, you see them both enter in the turn 3. Grumpy Cloud tries to make an overtake over Mr. E. Mr. E puts a block on Grumpy Cloud, but they're unable to break free as they slide down the super stretch, heading in the turn 4, unable to break loose from each other as they head into the turn. They both end up crashing out and coming to a stop. Looking at the leaderboard, it's now a tie for first place between Arlo and Feral Patrick, both with 9 points. Grumpy Cloud and Mr. E have found themselves in a hole, but we still have 2 races to go. Can they dig themselves out and move on to the final rounds? There's only one way to find out, as it's now race 3. Heading down the backstretch into turn 1, it's Mr. E with Arlo right there on his tail as they head into the S-turn. Mr. E pulls away as they head into turn 2. Then chicane as they get together. Grumpy Cloud tries to take the second place position as Mr. E is pulling away. He's going to come down to the line, coming in first place. Then it's going to be Grumpy Cloud coming in second, followed by Feral Patrick, and then Arlo bringing up the rear.
Mr. Mushy Brain.
Ricky!
Okay, Mr. E saved his chances for that one.
That he does. As we check out the replay, you see them coming out of the chicane. If you look behind Mr. E, you see them fighting for that second place position as Arlo and Grumpy Cloud get together as you watch them coming into turn 3. If you keep your eyes on Arlo, he gets pushed down to the apron, then he hits a tire barrier. It bumps him back up onto the track as he's able to continue on and fight for that third place position.
Arlo definitely lucked out on that one.
That he did, as a DNF definitely would have tightened up the points. That being said, it's still anybody's race. Grumpy Cloud and Mr. E are not out of this event. If one of them wins and Arlo or Feral Patrick wreck out, that will give them either a tie or be able to have enough points to move on to the finals. What does the final race have in store for us? Only one way to find out. It's race 4. Down to Bash go one final time. It's Grumpy Cloud leading him into turn 1. Mr. E trailing behind him. Here comes Feral Patrick into turn 2. He makes a pass for a second. Grumpy Cloud gets loose. He comes out turn 3. He gets a tap by Feral Patrick, who gets loose. Mr. E comes for second place, but it looks like Grumpy Cloud's going to come in first place, followed by Mr. E. Then it's Feral Patrick, and then Arlo's going to be right there, bringing up the rear.
Dang, talking about fighting to the last second.
Right you are, Ricky. As we watch that replay cam, you see them coming out of the chicane. Here comes Feral Patrick with a head of steam. Grumpy Cloud gets a little loose, heading into turn 3, losing momentum. Feral Patrick catching up to him as Grumpy Cloud gets loose again. Here comes Feral Patrick. He gives Grumpy Cloud a tap, but it's too much for his car as it gets loose. Here comes Mr. E taking advantage of the situation, slipping by Feral Patrick, trying his best to catch up to Grumpy Cloud, but it's too late as Grumpy Cloud takes the win as the other drivers come in behind him. After a hard-fought battle, unfortunately, those DNFs and race 2 were just too much for Grumpy Cloud and Mr. E to overcome. As your 2 drivers moving on, it's going to be Arlo with 13 points, and then Feral Patrick, your winner, with 15 points. These drivers moving on to the JDM Mania Tournament Finals. We'll be back in just a minute. Ricky, I'm going to go get me a drink. I'll be back in just a minute. Do not touch anything.
Yeah, sure thing. You got it. Okay, coast is clear. Now's my time to talk about the Bootlegger Run! That's right, Cousin Ricky presents the Bootlegger Run! Stock car racing all the way from the 1930s through the 1960s, taking us back to where stock car racing really started!
Ricky, would you believe I forgot my wallet? Oh my God, what are you doing? I told you not to touch anything!
And you honestly believed I was gonna do that? But hey, while I got you here, let me go ahead and talk to you about Merch by Meekin! Merch by Meekin is your headquarters for all your custom metal diecast signs and much more. Don't forget to check out the custom merch and personal gift ideas too. Merch by Meekin, gotta love those signs!
Alright, you're done. Now we have to take a break. Welcome back to the Merch by Meekin presents the JDM Mania Tournament Semifinals Round. After a hard-fought battle in Group 1, Feral Patrick and Arlo are going to be your 2 drivers moving on to the finals. Now we're down to the semifinals, Group 2. Who's going to be moving on from these 4 drivers? Only one way to find out. So let's get down for these driver introductions for Group 2. Starting us off with 1 win and 17 points in the second round in his 1971 Nissan Skyline for Funkhouser Diecast Racing League, it's Max Lightning.
Stock car knockoff!
Up next with 2 wins and 14 points in the second round in his 2008 Mitsubishi Lancer for Variant SKUNKWORKS, it's Variant. Starting third with 2 wins and 13 points in the second round in his 1989 Mazda RX-7 from the Great White North, it's Crazy Canuck. And finally, the underdog of this event, scoring 13 points in the second round in his 1970 Datsun 510 for Aces High Racing, it's SpyDude. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, your final 4 drivers for the semifinals round. It's Group 2. Now let's go trackside for some racing action. As we get started for race 1, Max Lightning is going to be on the pole position with Variant right there next to him. However, the talk of the town has been Crazy Canuck sitting there in the 3rd place position after his amazing win over Numbskull in the showdown in round 2. Then you have SpyDude right there next to him who's been hanging on. Who's going to be moving on to the finals? Only one way to find out, it's race 1. Heading down the backstretch in the turn 1, it's Max Lightning with Crazy Canuck right there on his tail as it looks like they're starting to leave Variant and SpyDude behind. Here comes Variant starting to catch up to Crazy Canuck as they head in the turn 3. Crazy Canuck gets a little loose as Max Lightning is starting to pull away. Down to the line, it's going to be Max Lightning coming in first, followed by Crazy Canuck, then it's Variant, and then SpyDude slowly bringing up the rear.
I guess you could put one up on the bar for the wannabe stock car.
That thing really gets underneath your skin, doesn't it?
Look, man, you can dress that thing up all you like, but in the end, it's still a glorified lawnmower.
Oh, come on, Ricky. At least he's got the right number on it and doing it for Dale.
We're doing it for Dale!
See, I told you love that car.
Oh, come on, that's not even fair. You know I can't resist.
And that's why we put that number on the car. It's lap 2. Heading out the gate, Variant takes off down into turn 1. He is all alone as he is leaving the other drivers behind. He must have hit the nitrous boosters early as the other drivers are having trouble catching up to him. As he comes down to the line, he's going to come in first, followed by Max Lightning. Then it's going to be SpyDude and Crazy Canuck bringing up the rear.
I can't tell if it was a vapor trail or a scent trail that SKUNKWORKS machine left behind, but that car was fast.
That it was as we watch the final approach one more time as Variant, your leader, comes out of turn 4 with no problems. Max Lightning is right there behind him, but you have a battle between SpyDude and Crazy Canuck. As SpyDude gets a little bit loose, Crazy Canuck tries to take advantage of it, but SpyDude shuts him down, coming in 3rd across the line, with Crazy Canuck having to settle for 4th. Heading into our 3rd race, Max Lightning is your leader with 9 points. Trailing just behind him by 1 point, it's going to be Variant. Then you have Crazy Canuck with 6 points, and then SpyDude with 5 points. It's still anybody's event. Who's going to be moving on to the final round? It's race 3. Down the backstretch, it's SpyDude leading him down into turn 1. Right behind him, Crazy Canuck and Variant fighting for 2nd place. Here comes Crazy Canuck challenging for the lead through the chicane, but SpyDude hangs onto it as here comes Variant challenging as well. SpyDude making that bumper wide as he's able to block down to the line. It's going to be SpyDude hanging on to 1st place, followed by Crazy Canuck. Then it's Variant, and we'll have to check to see if Max Lightning made it to the line.
Dang, SpyDude, talk about driving out of your rearview mirror.
SpyDude able to hold off all attackers as we check out the drivers here at the finish line. As we look, it looks like Max Lightning was unable to make it to the line. That's 1 DNF for him. As we watch the replay, you see them coming out of turn 2. Crazy Canuck challenges for the lead through the chicane, but SpyDude is just able to barely hang on. Here comes Variant right on SpyDude's bumper as they head into turn 3. Crazy Canuck once again tries to take the lead as SpyDude's blocking him all over the track. He is making that bumper 3 times wide as he's able to hold them off. As they come down to the line, one more time he challenges for the lead, but SpyDude is able to hang on to it, but he gets turned sideways as they all slide across the line, and unfortunately for Max Lightning, he's unable to make it as that's 1 DNF for him. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It all comes down to the final race. You have only 2 points separating 1st place from 4th place as Variant is your leader with 11 points. Then you have a tie between Crazy Canuck and SpyDude for 2nd place, and then Max Lightning is sitting down there in 4th place with 9 points. Anybody can be moving on. It's going to come down to the final positions of this race. Who's going to be moving on to the finals? Only one way to find out. It's race 4. Down the backstretch one final time, it's Crazy Canuck leading them down into turn 1. You got Max Lightning right there on his tail, starting to catch up as they head to the chicane. Max Lightning challenging for that lead, but Crazy Canuck takes it right back. Crazy Canuck gets loose. Max Lightning tries to go underneath, but Crazy Canuck blocks him as they head down to the line. Oh, we have trouble behind them as Crazy Canuck comes across the line in first, followed by SpyDude coming in 2nd. Then it's Max Lightning coming in 3rd as it looks like Variant is stuck with trouble at the entrance of pit road.
Howdy cow, nothing like a little bit of chaos to finish off the semifinals.
Chaos indeed, Ricky, as we check in on Variant, who's being checked out by the emergency crews at the entrance of pit road. As we watch the replay cam, you see the battle for the lead between Crazy Canuck and Max Lightning as they're heading into turn 3. As you watch Crazy Canuck, he gets loose coming out of turn 3. Max Lightning trying to take advantage as he did in round 2 with Numbskull. However, Crazy Canuck shuts him down as they head down in the turn 4. As you watch Max Lightning, his vehicle rolls around, he drops down to the apron and then hits the tire barrier. Here comes SpyDude right behind him, trying to make the pass, but he clips the back end of him, and then here comes Variant slamming into the back of him. SpyDude is able to break loose as he's able to beat Max Lightning back to the line. After this chaotic ending to Group 2 of the Semifinals Round, your 2 drivers moving on to the JDM Mania Tournament Finals, it's gonna be SpyDude with 14 points, and your winner of this event with 15 points, the Crazy Canuck. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, your drivers moving on to the JDM Mania Tournament Finals. It's going to be Feral Patrick, Arlo, the Crazy Canuck, and SpyDude. These 4 drivers surviving and beating the odds will be moving on to the finals to determine our JDM Mania Tournament champion. But let us also give a big shout out and thank you to our other semi-finalists for your great participation in this event. As always, it is your contributions that make this channel great, and we appreciate you being here and hope to see you guys in the next tournament. And as always, for those of you, our great fans watching at home, we appreciate you being a part of this event. And as always, if you love the content you see, please remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and do not forget to share as we bring you more exciting racing action here from the old Yadkin Valley Speedway, home to the Winston-Salem Racing Series and the Funkhouser Diecast Racing League. And don't forget to visit Merch by Meekin for all your custom metal diecast signs and much more, as well as customized gift ideas. Merch by Meekin, gotta love those signs. Also, if you're a member of the Funkhouser fan club, you get a 10% discount off any purchase $30 or more. Speaking of the Funkhouser fan club, if you're not a member yet, what are you waiting on? You get special badges, custom emojis to use during the race, live premieres, as well as the comment section, and get shoutouts and recognition during every single race. Speaking of recognition, we would like to recognize all those who are members of the Funkhouser fan club. We appreciate your contributions and all the things that you give to help our channel grow. We appreciate you guys. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you all being here. We will see you all next week when we crown our JDM Mania Tournament champion.
I guess we're just gonna ignore the green car down there that's still at large.